Mukhang nagiging seryoso na yung issue kay Sara Duterte. At mukhang magkakaroon na ng hakbang para umpisahan ang impeachment process para kay Sara Duterte. At mukhang ang magiging basehan ay ang paggamit niya ng budget noong 2022 at 2023. Good luck na lang. Yun na lang ang masasabi ko. Good luck, baby Sara. Bakit? Kasi mga kotsero, ito yung sinabi kanina ni Dalipe. Kong Dalipe. House Majority Leader Manix Dalipe warns Vice President Sara Duterte of potential criminal liability over her confidential expenses while Budget Chair Zaldico accuses her of corruption. Ito na mga kotsero. Mukhang we are witnessing the downfall of Sara Duterte. Leaders of the House of Representatives issued stern warnings against Vice President Sara Duterte on Tuesday, ranging from her potential violation of the Constitution, nako, impeachable offense yan, to possible criminal liability for graft in relation to the confidential fund expenses of the Office of the Vice President. Hindi ako magtataka kung mangyayari yan. Hindi ako magtataka kung mangyayari yan. Itong sinasabi ni Dalipe. The lawmakers made remarks after the entire Office of the Vice President led by Duterte snubbed the second round of House budget deliberations for her agency, and after she accused Speaker Martin Romualdez and Appropriations Committee Chairperson Zaldico of messing with the funding of the DepEd when she was head of the agency. Yan. Ano sabi ni Dalipe? If the Vice President's office cannot explain or rectify these discrepancies, this could lead to more than just administrative penalties. It could point to criminal liability for graft. Ano yung bakit? Ang lalaki. Lalo na kapag magkaroon ng ebidensya na si Sara Duterte is really involved doon sa unauthorized bank accounts. Sa improper spending ng confidential funds. Ang lalaki nun eh. Ayan, kung kayo po ay nasa US, UK, Canada, Italy, France, Spain, Ireland, and Belgium, may pwede na po yung magpadala ng human remittances sa Pilipinas. Gamit po ang Sendwave. Ang gagawin nyo lang ay download ng Sendwave app, gumawa kayo ng account, lagay nyo ba ang account details nyo at pwede na magpadala sa GCash, Cashpay, kapat iba't ibang mga bangko sa bansa. At kapag ginamit nyo pa kayong promo code na Coach Jarrett, ayan, promo code ko na yan, ay makakuha pa kayo ng karagdagan $20 free credit. Kaya gamitin na si Sendwave for all of your remittance needs. Kaya tatamaan talaga siya dyan. Nanonood kaya siya ng budget hearings? Ito kanina sinabi ni Zaldico. Nakikita kaya niya kung gaano kahaba at katagal ang pagdinig at mga question and answers na kinakaharap ng iba't ibang ahensya ng pamahalaan para i-justify ang kanilang budget? Especially napakagaling magwaldas, maglakwatsa at mangurakot. Sabi ni Zaldico kay Sara. Si Abante naman, may pa-comment din, sabi ni Abante. This is a collegial body. And being a collegial body as given the mandate by the Constitution to brief and ask questions regarding the budget, the fact that the head of the agency is not here today is further giving an insult to the body here, and that is, I think, would be unconstitutional. Well, she dug her own grave. Diba? So, medyo mabibigat ngayon itong sinasabi ng mga kongresista. No? And I think, ito yung feeling ko mga kotsero. Feeling ko, malakas ang loob ni Sara hindi pansinin kasi iniisip nila na malakas pa ang suporta sa kanila ng taong bayan. I beg to differ. I beg to disagree. May support. Huwag natin sabihin na wala. May support pa rin. But the support is slowly but surely diminishing. Unti-unti nang nawawala yung suporta. Lalo sa mga Duterte. Lalo ngayon. Na unti-unting naglalabasan lahat ng kalokohan ni Digong. Unti-unti naglalabasan yung mga kalokohan ni Baste, ni Pulong, at ngayon pati itong si Sara Duterte. Tingnan nyo, ito bago to, fresh na fresh, kanilang hearing lang to. OVP improperly liquidated nearly 65 million pesos worth of welfare goods. Hindi nag-liquidate ng maayos. Oh. Nearly 65 million worth of funds spent to distribute welfare goods under the Office of the Vice President were improperly liquidated during the second round of House Appropriations Panel deliberation. Jinky Luistro raised concerns over the Vice President's expenditure on projects that aim to address problem of malnutrition, calamity, and hunger. This includes the deployment of kalusugan food trucks and distribution of welfare goods such as rice sacks, food packs, and pansarap buns. Alam nyo mga kotsero, di ba binibida to palagi ng mga Duterte supporters? Binibida to palagi ng mga Duterte supporters. Lagi lang sinasabi, pag sa panahon ng sakuna, laging si Sara ang una. Lakas makaleni, di ba? Siya lagi ang first on the ground. Naalala nyo na nagpunta siya ng Germany to allegedly watch the Taylor Swift concert. Anong sinabi ng mga DDS? Siya nga unang namigay ng mga mga relief goods eh. Siya nga unang namigay eh. Ano ba yung sinasabi nila? Apparently, yung mga pinapamigay niya na relief goods ay hindi niya nililiquidate. Yan tayo eh. Yan tayo eh. Hindi nagliliquidate eh. Violation of public trust. Luistro asked the Commission on Audit if the OVP followed the mandate to install internal controls in implementing these projects and programs as instructed by Presidential Decree 1445 or the State Audit Code of the Philippines. COA said the agency had not. Panoorin ngayon natin yung video.
Good morning, Madam Chair, and good morning to all the esteemed colleagues and our resource speakers. First of all, I just wish to make a very short manifestation on the issue earlier. This representation could not relate to the cherished and long-standing tradition because this is the first term of this representation. Nonetheless, I understand that by that tradition, we're supposed to extend parliamentary courtesy and by which we're not supposed to raise questions on the budget of the OVP. However, Madam Chair, I wish to ask the committee if we will be always submitting to this tradition, what happens to the constitutional provision on public office is a public trust, and that we should always be accountable to the people.
Article 18 ba yun, if I'm not mistaken? Or Article 17, either of the two. Public service is a public trust. And anything that a public officer does that is contrary to that, to the public office and to that public trust is a betrayal of public trust. Anything. Kahit ano. Anything that is contrary, anything that a public officer does that is contrary or will diminish that public trust is its betrayal. Ako? Pwedeng grounds for impeachment yun.
While this representation differ to the wisdom of the senior members, I wish to I hope along with the new breed of legislators are inclined to honor the tradition, contrary to the manifestation of the Honorable Marcoleta. However, Madam Chair, what happens if the tradition is not sufficient? What happens if the tradition is not effective?
Ito yung sinasabi natin kanina.
What happens if the tradition does not unite and instead it divides? Let us all remember that in all parliamentary proceedings, the majority always rule. And it is on this slide that I wish to commend the chair for immediately proceeding to the division of the House. And when the committee voted for no, it has rendered the issue, yes, moot and academic. And I concede to the Honorable Garin that even this representation disregard this rule. That is a manifestation, Madam Chair. And proceeding to the interpellation, I wish to invite the attention of the COA to welfare goods.
Ito na yung
Can we
welfare goods.
show the slide first, please? There are
Yes,
three.
while waiting for the slides.
Yes,
Indeed,
Madam Chair.
indeed, the highest form of tradition in the House is the will of the majority.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Salamat.
But that was very enlightening, Madam Chair. The exchange of arguments. And proceeding, Madam Chair, I wish to state for the record that in order to address three social problems, problem on malnutrition, problem on poverty, and even problem on calamity response, the OVP launched the distribution of welfare goods program, as well as the OVP Kalusugan food truck. I hope we can show the slide. However, Madam Chair,
The slides, please.
Tagal naman ang slide.
regardless of how
Yun.
ideal and how good these programs are, there are rules that we need to follow. And I wish to invite the attention. The first slide, please. The first slide.
First slide daw. Sino ba nag-aano?
One
Pagmanis
slide
yan?
back.
Sino nag-aayos
This is
yan?
the last.
Oh, sorry.
I have 3 slides only, Madam Chair.
Dali. First slide daw. Ako, mahina si assistant. Sino naman nagko-control niya? Yan yata yung first slide.
There. To address the problem on malnutrition, calamity response, and hunger, the OVP launched the distribution of welfare goods and Kalusugan food truck, and will laud this program of the Office of the Vice President. Nonetheless, Madam Chair, there are rules that need to be followed. And this is
Okay.
in line with the constitutional provision that public office is a public trust, and therefore we need to follow these rules. I wish to invite the attention of the committee to Section 123 of PD 1445. This is about the audit of government offices. Kailangan po natin ng internal control. And then we proceed to Section 124, PD 1445 again. The responsibility of the head of the agency to install the internal control. Now, I wish to go to the COA. Ito po bang Section 123 at Section 124, were this complied with by the Office of the Vice President during the implementation, launching of this distribution of welfare goods, as well as the OVP Kalusugan food truck?
Sinunod ba?
Madam Chair, based on our report, the various deficiencies noted in the distribution of welfare
Madam
goods.
Chair, can we ask the COA to limit the answer to the
Yes or no?
question which is being propounded? Sunod po ba itong Section 123? Yes or no?
Based on our report, it is not strictly in accordance with sections 1, 2, 3,
Naku,
and
So
1,
it
2,
was
Sumunod sa
not
rules.
strictly complied with. In other words, there's no sufficient internal control. Tama po ba?
Yes, Madam Chair.
How about Section 124? Did the Vice President heed to the mandate of Section 124 that she has to make sure that she will install the internal control? Nasunod po ba o hindi ang Section 124?
By the way, bago tayo magpatuloy dyan, pag sinabi po nating internal controls, ibig sabihin po niyan, si OVP, si Office of the Vice President, dapat meron siyang mekanismo sa loob mismo ng OVP, meron siyang mga rules sa loob mismo ng OVP na magsisiguro na ang budget na kanilang nakukuha ay nagagamit ng tama. So, halimbawa, dapat meron within the OVP itself, meron siyang proseso ng liquidation. Yun, that's an internal control. Yun. Tapos sa proseso na yun, naka-indicate yun, isa-isa. Step 1, kailan ka magli-liquidate, ano yung mga items na pwede mo i-liquidate. Tapos step 2, hanggang kailan ka na magli-liquidate, etc. etc. Mga ganong klaseng rules. Yun yung ibig sabihin natin internal controls. Na si OVP mismo ang gagawa ng sarili niyang rules para masiguro na ang paggamit ng pera sa loob ng OVP ay tama. Ang sinasabi po ni Kong Luistro, mga kotsero, wala siyang ganun. Bahala na. Basta may pera, bahala na. Ganun. Ayan, meron ding requirement yan. Minsan, kailangan mo pa ng internal auditor as an office. Kailangan meron ka sarili mong auditor. Tama si Edel Toto Balduesa. Ayan, yan. May sarili kang accountant. May sarili kang auditor. May sarili... Basta yun, mga ganong klaseng rules. Kailangan meron siyang sarili. Kaso wala. Tuloy natin.
Madam Chair, based on the COA report, there is a guidelines, but then the guidelines is not sufficient. So there is
In other words, Section 124 was not strictly complied with also by the OVP. That is the implication of the answer of the COA. Now, I wish to invite the attention of the COA to the documents that need to be provided for us to be able to liquidate the distribution of goods. One is distribution list. This is
The
only
distribution
few
list.
of the several documents. Two is property acknowledgement receipt. Four
resibo.
is request and
Acknowledgement.
issue slip. And five is deed of donation. Ito po bang 5 documentary requirements na ito ay na-submit, na-provide ng OVP in the liquidation of the distribution of welfare goods? Yes or no lang po?
Madam Chair, based on our report or audit, some of distribution list was submitted, but some
Some.
of the distribution lists were not submitted. For
Some, but not all.
particularly those mentioned in the report for the distribution of rice.
Thank you. And for us to have a better picture of what the COA meant by some were submitted, some were not, may I request the Secretariat to please flash the second slide.
Okay, second slide.
There. The report of the COA shows that 557,000 Pansarap buns dated October 5, 2023
Wala
has no
acknowledgement
proof
receipt.
of acknowledgement receipt. That's the
Patay.
COA confirm.
Madam Chair, yes po.
It also shows that 434,000 also Pansarap buns on December 14, 2023 lacks acknowledgement receipt of the school as well as proof of acknowledgement receipt. That's the COA confirm.
What the heck?
Madam Chair, yes po.
Can you please show again does the COA confirm the 460,000 supply of rice? That there is no proof of acknowledgement receipt. This one is dated March 31, 2023. Does the COA confirm?
Yes, Madam Chair.
Hala siya.
How about the 218,750 lacking in proof of acknowledgement receipt? This is dated March 31 also. This is also about rice. That's the COA confirm.
Madam Chair, yes po.
And ultimately, this one is really a huge amount.
62
Malaking
million.
halaga po ito, Madam Chair. 62,774,000. Distribution of year-end food packs on December 29, 2023. Wala ding proof of acknowledgement receipt. Does the COA confirm?
Yes, Madam Chair.
Ayun lang. Tapos ka. Alam niyo mga kotsero, acknowledgement receipt na nga lang eh. Hindi na nga siya resibo mismo. Acknowledgement receipt na lang. Ibig sabihin, halimbawa, itong sa 12-14. Tignan natin ito. Ito. Bawa itong 12-14, 2023. Pansarap buns pilot testing in Nuro Elementary School in UP, Maguindanao. Ang amount niya, 434,520. So ngayon, si school, magbibigay siya ng document kay OVP. Papakita lang niya, sasabihin lang doon ni principal or whoever, kung sino yung kausap doon, we have received the amount of 434,000 or we have received X amounts of Pansarap buns amounting to 434,520 etc. Sa pipirmahan ni principal. Ganun lang yun. Yun lang yung acknowledgement receipt. Ebidensya lang na may tumanggap nung dinonate mo. Ito yung matindi, oh. 62 million. 62 million. Alam niyo mga kotsero, ito pa. Ito simple lang din yan. Halimbawa, disaster. Siyempre, hindi ka magpapapirma pag disaster, di ba? Yung mga bibigyan mo ng ayuda, di mo na papapirmahin yun sa ledger. Di ba? Di mo na gagawin yun. Ang gagawin mo na lang, makikipag-coordinate ka kay LGU, si LGU ang gagawa ng acknowledgement. Yun lang kasimple yun. 12/29/2023. Various distribution of year-end food packs. 62 million total. 63 na lang, round up natin. 63 million. Hingi ka lang kay LGU. LGU, baka naman pwedeng pahingi ng ng proof of acknowledgement receipt. Yun yung para kanina may nakita ko. Ano yung proof of acknowledgement receipt. Yun lang. Ang dali-dali gumawa nun. Letterhead lang ng LGU yun, tapos nakasulat sa ilalim. The Office of the Vice President has provided X number of food packs amounting to X amount received by this LGU. Pipirma kung sino man mayor o kung sino man yung appointed na person para na magre-receive ng ganyan. Napakasimple niyan, mga kotse. Hindi pa nagawa ni Sara. Saan niya dinala yung 62 million? Anong ebidensya niya na yung 62 million na yan ay nakuha nung various distributions na yan? Hindi natin alam kung saan yung various distributions na yan. Anong ebidensya natin na nakuha yan ng various distributions? Wala. Wala tayong ebidensya. Tiwala na lang. Tiwala na lang tayo. Sara Duterte yan. Inabot niya yan. Di ba nakakagago? Sorry naman, Lord. Pero di ba, nakakagago. Simpleng acknowledgement receipt eh. Acknowledgement receipt na lang yan, mga koter. Simpleng acknowledgement na lang yan.
In other words, Madam Chair, this is almost 65 million which were not properly liquidated with the COA. Tanungin ko lang po ang COA, Madam Chair. What do you plan to do considering the huge amount which are not properly liquidated by the OVP?
Did they disallow?
Madam Chair, come again.
What does the COA plan to do with the almost 65 million unliquidated amount?
They disallow yan?
For this
Or suspend?
Disbursement with complete documentation, based on our recommendation, it will be required to the OBP to submit.
Until when are they allowed to submit the liquidation of this distribution of welfare goods?
90 days?
Then also until what?
Hanggang kailan?
Come again?
Until when are they allowed to submit?
Madam Chair, if not submitted within the time given with the OBP, we will address it or issue a notice of suspension.
Ayun, notice of suspension.
Wala po ba tayong guidelines when it comes to the prescriptive period kung kailan tayo magsasubmit ng documentary requirements to explain the distribution of welfare goods? This is almost 65 million, Madam Chair. And yet, this is not properly liquidated.
Sagot.
Nonetheless, Madam Chair, let me proceed to the second concern, the lapses in inventory management. We understand that the OVP likewise launched Kalusugan Food Truck. This is a 6-wheeler truck which serves as a mobile kitchen in response to calamities. However, Madam Chair, upon reading of the report of the COA, there are 3 significant observations. Can we please flash the third slide? 1, the food items are near expiry. 2, foods are not found in the storage.
Wala,
And
wala
3,
pagkain.
they are placed in unventilated storage.
Wala
Madam
pagkain.
Chair, I understand that this is not a huge amount. However, I wish to invite the attention of the committee that this is the same observation that we had in the budget of the Department of Education, Madam Chair. So I wish to I wish to raise the concern that ano po ba itong failure to account the distribution of welfare goods? Sana naman hindi. But I'm afraid that this might be another case of ghost delivery.
Ogoy,
How do we
daming
know
ghost.
that this is not really a case of ghost delivery? Let us be reminded by the controversy hunting the pharmaceuticals. And let us be reminded as
Dem
well
Ed
by
goes
the
to them.
provision on malversation under Article 217. Finally, Madam Chair, regarding the lapses in inventory management, I think it is more prudent that we leave Kalusugan Food Truck to the management and implementation of the DSWD, which is the agency specialized on catering community service. And with that observation, Madam Chair, I hope that this will be not an incident similar to the one which transpired in 2015. May nadiskubre po tayong ibinaon na 500 sacks of rice because
Oo, yung sa
they were not
Tacloban yata
properly managed. These are observations, Madam Chair, which the attention of the COA and all the concerned agencies I really wish to call. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Salamat.
Madam Chair,
Yes, please.
I may clarify. The PAR is the post-activity report that is the lacking documents. That's not, yes, that for the record, it is the post-activity report, not the property acknowledgement receipt.
And may we know the significance of the post-activity report?
The post-activity report serve as the proof that there is an activity happen on the distribution.
Hindi ganun ba
Well,
rin?
it is my humble submission, Madam Chair, that
Same
it
problem.
is as significant as proof of acknowledgement of receipt
It's the same
after all.
problem.
Thank you,
Kahit tinama na proof of activity, hindi siya acknowledgement receipt. Mas matindi pa pala eh. Alam niyo kung bakit? Kasi yung post-activity report, mga kochero, kinukwento mo dyan kung ano yung nangyari. Ano yung ginawa mo, magkano yung ginastos mo, sino yung recipients. Included din doon yung mga attachment kasama ng acknowledgement receipt. Diyos ko. Mas malala pa pala yung naging problema. So, ibig sabihin, walang nangyaring activity. Mas malala pa pala yung naging problema. Buti sana kung acknowledgement receipt lang, at least meron kang activity report. Merong nangyari. Meron kang documentation na may naganap. Meron kang pictures, meron kang mga papel-papeles, etc. etc. Yung post-activity report pa yun nawala. Sorry. Napos-snort na ako doon. Kasi naman, akala mo maisasalba siya nung pag-correction. Akala ko maisasalba siya nung, Madam Chair, mali po yung pagkakaintindi nyo sa PAR. It is a post-activity report, hindi acknowledgement receipt. So, buti pa pala yung acknowledgement receipt. At least meron nangyaring activity. Ang malala yung walang activity. So, ghost activities. Sabi ni JJ Juice. As in, walang ganap. Posible. Kasi walang post-activity report eh. Ang tindi. Ang hilig sa ghosts. Alam niyo matindi dito, guys. Mga kochero, alam niyo matindi dito. Magkano yung total? 65 million, sabi ni Kong Luistro. Ayan o. Imagine lahat. Walang post-activity report. Lahat wala oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry. Nakakatawa kasi yung yung correction ni Kowa. Kala mo may isasalba si Sarah. Hindi rin pala naisalba. Ghost activity report daw. Kailangan ng Ghostbusters. Grabe to si Sarah. Ha? Ang dami niyang ghosts. May ghost students, ghost employees, meron ngayon ghost activities. Sabi ni Teddy L, si Ed Calwag daw, dapat gawin niyang ASEC si Ed Calwag. Ang dami niyang ghosts. Baka ghost deliveries eh. Sabi ni Kong Luistro. I wish to raise the concern, what exactly is this failure to account for the distribution of welfare goods? I hope it's not, but I'm afraid this might be another case of ghost deliveries. How can we be sure this is not a case of ghost deliveries? Diyos ko. So paano ngayon to, guys? Alam nyo, ang nakakatawa dito sa hearing kanina. Si COA ang sumalo ng lahat ng gigil ng mga kongresista. Yung gigil ng mga kongresista sa OVP, si COA ang sumalo. Kawawa naman yung mga taga-COA. Wala naman silang kasalanan dyan. Wala silang alam dyan. Hindi naman nila alam kung paano nagpapatakbo ng yung OVP. Pero sila yung napagdiskitahan ngayon ng Kongreso. Meron pa ba tayong ipagkakatiwala dito kay Sara Duterte after itong mga pasabog na to? Mahilig na nga siya sa lamay. Puro ghost pa yung kasama niya. Ghost projects, ghost activities, ghost students, ghost employees. And you know, mga kotsero, if this is betrayal of public trust, then we've been betrayed. We've been betrayed. We've been so betrayed. Diyos ko. Hindi ko na alam kung ano pang saving grace meron dito kay Sara Duterte. Wala na eh. Let's just hope na yung next few days will give us much more clarity sa kung ano yung mga magiging steps ng ating gobyerno pagdating dyan. No? Sana may mangyari. Sana may hustisyang mangyari. Kasi pangit nito, men. Pangit nito. Sobrang pangit nito ng development natin. So mga kotsero, hanggang dito lang po muna tayo for today's video. Please don't forget to like, to share, and to subscribe sa Coach Jared YouTube channel. Pa-follow tayo sa ating Facebook page para lagi kayong updated sa mga ganap dito sa aking channel. And I'll see all of you tomorrow sa ating next Coach Jared Live. God bless and see you next time, guys. Bye! Pag ganun, huwag natin gawing tanga mga Pilipino. Mas maganda kasi nasa lugar ka ng tama kaysa yung pinipilit mo yung pagkakamali. Are they willing to go that far? Hindi makakalimutan ng Pilipino yan hanggat di nasasagot niya. Sino ngayon nagsasabi ng totoo?